up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Game Nights. This show is brought to you by Wizards of the Coast.
Now, this is going to be a scary one because we are playing with the brand new cards from Duskmourn, House of Horror.
And we have two awesome guests today. We have Ify Nwadiwe from Dropout and Actually.
And also we have YouTube legend Jarvis Johnson. Are you doing that because Ify's so jacked?
Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah,
I'm
Ify
not.
clearly works out. Yeah. Jarvis, I'm sure Jarvis works out as well.
Oh, he's a boxer.
Yeah,
I know that.
Yeah, that's true.
Of course, we're playing with some incredible cards today. So if you want to get your hands on any of them, head on over to cardkingdom.com/command. They have everything that you need from Duskmourn. Whether you're getting sealed product or singles to help make your deck even scarier than it was before, or any of the amazing sets that came out this year, you can get your cards from them in one single convenient package. That way, when you're wandering through the house and trying to figure out how to get out of it, you don't need to wait for another package to come in the mail. You're just ready to fight. So head on over to cardkingdom.com/command to support the show, and of course get the cards you need for the Magic deck that you're gonna play.
And of course, once you get those cards, you want to keep them in pristine condition. The game accessories brand that we trust our own collections to here at the Command Zone is Ultra Pro. Go to ultrapro.com/command. You can find their awesome products, all the Duskmourn themed stuff. If you want Valgavoth on a playmat, on a deck box, you can find it there. Also, their new Mana 8 line, we really love. We've been talking about it a lot lately. It's classy, it's stylish, it stands out. Like when you walk by a table and somebody's got Mana 8 product on it, you're like, whoa, what is that?
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to protect your cards and make your battlefield look awesome, go to ultrapro.com/command.
And of course, Ultra Pro gives us product to give away to you,
That's right.
including signed playmats from Duskmourn by the players in the game today. So if you want to find out how to win that stuff, make sure you stick around to the end of the episode.
Yep, and of course, the final way to support all of our content is directly if you go to patreon.com/command zone. All kinds of cool perks if you join our community. You can watch game nights and extra turns earlier than the general public. You get to interact with Jimmy, myself, all of our team, Rachel, on our Discord. We're on there each and every day. There's also exclusive content that you can't find anywhere else. If you'd like to support our content and get a bunch of perks on the side, patreon.com/command zone.
All right, let's get into this game. It's going to be a spooky one.
Ooh.
In front of you is a box. Inside this box is a game. A game of strategy and imagination. A game of dreams and nightmares. Your opening hand is perfect if you draw a third land. And you do. It's Temple of the False God. Your opponent said their deck was a 7. Then turn 1, they play Underground Sea, into Dark Ritual, into Necropotence. You discard Wonder to the graveyard and full swing. Then you realize you don't have an island. Your opponent knows the lore of all the characters, and they want to make sure you know it too. Your commander gets removed for the 4th time. It now costs 12 to recast. It is stranded in the Command Zone.
What was that? It's a brand new episode of Game Nights. And on this one, we have 2 terrifying new guests.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Ify Nwadiwe. You may know me as the host of Actually on Dropout, or one of the hosts of Commander Party, or just a funny guy you like on the internet.
Hey, I'm Jarvis. I make videos on YouTube and podcasts, and for those who listen to my podcast, you will know that I have not shut up about Magic for the past few months, and the secret's out. It rules.
And this is a really exciting episode because we all built our decks around the brand new cards from Duskmourn, House of Horror. This set takes place in one giant haunted house that's grown to take over an entire plane.
There's a lot of cool, like, 80s horror tropes in there. You're gonna see a lot of TVs. You're gonna see dolls. You're gonna see spooky stuff.
There's like slasher elements. It's really fun because I think it adds just a new element of terror, which is how I feel whenever someone, plays an island and I don't know what their deck does.
My commander today is Zimone, Mystery Unraveled.
Now this is a problem worth solving.
I'm gonna be filling the board with face down cards, then turning them face up for free with my commander. But to do that, I'll need multiple landfalls per turn, so this deck's loaded with fetch lands and ramp spells. With all the wild effects I'll be getting for free, I'll manifest dread all on my opponent's faces.
The deck I'm playing today is Niko, Light of Hope.
All is not as it seems.
So I got a 3-step plan. Step 1, blink my commander, make as many shards as possible. Step 2, get a cool creature on board. Step 3, turn all of my shards into that creature and kill my opponents.
I built my deck around Kona, Rescue Beastie.
What'd you bring me, girl?
This commander can shoot huge beaters and just permanents in general onto the battlefield, but only if I can get it tapped. So I've got a bunch of ways to tap it for value, most of which make it into a mana dork. With a deck full of big stuff, I'll bring the house down with some classic green carnage.
Today, I'm bringing the pain, the Lord of Pain.
All right, let's start the show.
This deck is all about throwing damage around with tons of pingers, life drain, and burn. And to make sure it really hurts, I've got ways to increase or even triple that damage. And I'll show everyone the true meaning of pain.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, let's get haunted.
Welcome aboard the pain train.
It's time to unleash the beast.
Welcome everybody to Duskmourn. For a very spooky episode. As always, let's reveal our brand new Duskmourn Ultra Pro playmats.
Your soul is mine.
All right, well, Ify and Jarvis, it is your first time on the show, so we all know what that means.
It's time to get knighted.
Ooh.
I dub thee Sir Jarvis. Arise!
I feel like a knight, but spelled with an N instead of a K.
Because it's dark.
Because it's dark.
Yeah.
Just a little free branding idea for you.
Yeah, thank you. It won't be confusing to anyone.
Yeah.
Send the invoice to Josh.
Okay, yeah.
All right, and Ify,
Oh my God.
I dub thee.
Oh, dear.
Whoa, sorry, hold on. Yep, safety's on now, don't worry.
All right.
I dub thee, Sir Ify, arise.
And I'm knight with a G in front of the end.
Oh.
So, yeah.
G's moving silence like lasagna.
Yes.
All right, well, with that settled, there's only one thing left to say.
Welcome to Game Nights.
Only one may stand.
All right, are y'all ready?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Do it.
All right, let's kick this off. I'm gonna play Prismatic Vista, pass turn.
Okay, I will play a Prairie Stream tapped. Jarvis, take it away.
Gonna play down a forest. Pass turn to you, Jimmy.
All right. I'm going to play a Maestro's Theater.
Okay.
Normally you wouldn't use this type of card in the commander deck that's only 2 colors, but here's the thing. My deck really wants to be filled with little tricks to get 2 landfall triggers per turn, and a land like this is a perfect way to do that. I'm gonna search my library for a basic island, and then I'll gain 1 life, going to 41. Pass turn to you, Ify.
All right. On your end step, I'm gonna crack my Prismatic Vista, getting a mountain, and I'll lose 1 life and go to 39. And now I'll start my turn. I'll play Rogue's Passage, tap that in my mountain to play Mind Stone.
Nice.
In your mind, and then I will pass turn.
All right, I will untap. I will draw. Land for turn is an island, and I will tap 2 and play Ornithopter of Paradise.
Thop, thop, thop.
The power creep in Magic is getting out of control. Back in my day, an Ornithopter didn't used to tap for mana.
But it costs 0.
That's true. You did pay for it.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
All right, Jarvis, go ahead.
Draw for turn. Going to play a forest and tap 2 to play Nature's Lore. I am mono green, so I'm going to do a little bit of ramping. No one's really doing anything for the first couple of turns, which is great for me, because I don't have anything exciting to do until my commander comes out, and I will pass the turn to you, Jimmy.
I'll untap and draw. I'll play a Flooded Strand. I'm gonna crack it immediately for a Breeding Pool. Everyone's doing the normal commander thing, playing ramp on 2. Me, however, I'm gonna play something a little different. I'm going to tap 2 and cast Life from the Loam. I can return up to 3 target land cards from my graveyard to my hand, so I'll bring back both of them.
Ooh.
Jimmy's deck is about landfall. Life from the Loam pretty much guarantees he's not going to miss any land drops for this game. So I know people love it when he's mana screwed, unlikely in this match.
And I'll go to my end step. I actually have 8 cards in my hand, amazingly. So I will discard an island.
All right. Untap, upkeep, draw. I think it's time to bring out a Creech.
A Creech?
A Creech.
A little Creech, that's short for
Yeah.
Creech.
Y'all can try that at home. I'm trying some new Magic slang. It's called Creech instead of
Creech
Creech.
does sound like a horror type word.
Yeah.
My first Creech. Vile Smasher the Fierce.
Oh, Vile Smasher.
Vile Smasher.
I feel like when you play a card that hurts a random player versus a target player, I think it takes a little bit of the blame out because you get to just be like, hey, I'm mad too. It's not my fault, it's random.
Josh's favorite.
Pretty good, I love that card.
I'm feeling pain already.
Oh, yeah.
This might be a quick game, yeah, that's a good card. Oh, I love this card. I have a whole deck built around it. Obviously, it's on my opponent's board, which makes it worse.
And then I will pass turn.
Okay, untap. I'll draw. I'm gonna play a Plains as my land for turn, and while I wait, I will tap 4 and bring out Niko, Light of Hope.
All that I see is reflected in me.
Nice.
And when they enter, I will make 2 shard tokens.
The better clues.
They just are strictly better clues, this is true.
I'm immediately concerned about Josh and his commander because he's got these shards on the board that he can just tap his commander to turn them into a copy of target creature. So we gotta make sure that he doesn't get anything interesting on his board or else.
Jarvis, it's your turn.
All right, untap, draw. I'm gonna play Scene of the Crime. It comes into play tapped. And I'm going to tap 3 for the Relic of Legends.
Ooh, it's so good with your commander.
Oh, just you wait.
Oh boy.
Relic of Legends is just a very good card, but in Jarvis's deck, even better because his commander wants to become tapped. And this is a way to do that without having to put it in danger in combat.
And pass the turn to you, Jimmy.
Okay. I'll untap and I will draw for turn. Well, tell me if you've seen this before. I'm gonna play a Flooded Strand. I'm gonna crack it and search my library for a tropical island. Go to 37, and then I will tap 3 and play Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath.
Whoa.
When it enters the battlefield, I'm gonna gain 3 life and draw a card. Going to 40, and then I can put a land card from my hand onto the battlefield, and it's going to be this tapped Rimewood Falls. And then, because Uro did not escape, I will have to sacrifice it, and it'll go to my graveyard.
Gone but not forgotten.
Yeah.
It'll be back. Even though my commander is 4 mana value, ramping on 3 is actually really great because it allows me to play my commander and then have an extra land drop on top the same turn she comes down.
All right. Gonna play a swamp for turn.
We're gonna feel some pain?
Not yet, not yet. I'm gonna deal some pain to myself and play Black Market Connection.
I love it.
Yeah, we're not gonna see the Lord of the Pain just yet because throwing damage around puts all the eyes on me. So the best thing I can do is try and wait for them to use removal on other cards before I bring out my commander. And that will trigger my Vial Smasher. Since that's my first spell, I'm going to roll a die. Let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 damage is going towards
Jarvis.
I humbly accept. Not that I had a choice in the matter,
Yeah.
but I will go down 3 to 37.
And then I think I'm going to pay 2 and bring out a Rakdos Signet.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, Jimmy, I'm going to combat and I'm going to attack you for 2.
Oof. Okay, I'll take 2, I can't block it, and I'll go to 38.
I will pass turn.
Okay, I will untap, I will draw. I'm gonna start off by going to combat. Jarvis, I'm gonna attack you for 3. Welcome to Game Nights.
All right. Once again, I humbly accept as the person who had the lowest life at the table. I will continue to have the lowest life at the table. I'll be at 34. I don't know what I did to Josh to draw this ire.
Well, I don't want to make the Lord of Pain mad.
Yeah.
I just think of Ify as the Lord of Pain.
Yeah, it
right
just
now.
Oh, don't do that. Stop that. Stop that.
Yeah, look at the size of him. No offense.
I get it. I didn't know physical intimidation tactics would work here at Game
You haven't
Night.
played with Cassius yet.
Yeah.
All right, and then second main, I'm going to tap 3, and I'm going to cast the Soul Herder.
Nice.
And then I am going to go to my end step. The Soul Herder will trigger. I'm going to target Niko. So it will become exiled, and then come back. And I will make 2 more shard tokens.
Nice.
And then Soul Herder will get a +1/+1 counter and become a 2/2.
Soul Herder, my soul will be hurt, actually, if Josh is able to keep blinking his commander and getting countless shard tokens.
It's problems. I'm looking at that board. It's problems.
This is a very solid step 2 and exactly what I want to be doing moving into the mid game.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Okie dokes. I believe it's time for my commander, Kona Rescue Beastie, to come into play.
What'd you bring me, girl?
I'm scared.
Oh gosh. The really neat thing about how Jarvis has set his board up is that he has the ability to tap his commander right now. That means we're gonna see something scary from his hand this turn.
So I'll tap Kona for a green using the Relic of Legends.
More because of the tapped part than whatever he's gonna do.
And I'm going to play Crop Rotation. And I'll sacrifice this forest. And I'll go get Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx.
Wowee.
I'm actually going to tap the Nykthos and tap Relic of Legends for a green to play Cryptolith Right. I just wanted to be efficient. That didn't even need to happen, but it just felt right. So I'm gonna move into main phase 2.
Oh gosh.
And at the beginning of my second main phase, Kona Rescue Beastie is tapped, so she's gonna allow me to put a permanent onto the battlefield. We're gonna get to do some stuff. We're gonna get to do something unfair. Cheat somebody out. I love to cheat.
The only thing I can do is cross my fingers and hope it's just not too bad, like not a blight steal.
I'm just bracing for impact at this point.
The permanent I choose is Vigor.
Oh, Vigor!
Already?
So Vigor is gonna change the equation for my opponents when I attack, because let's say I attack with my commander or any other creature. Normally, they might block it to get it off of the board, but now Vigor is going to make my creatures grow instead of die.
God.
And I think that's about it for me.
Oh, is that a pretty good?
Yeah, I figure, you know, a humble turn.
Okay, that wasn't that bad. Look, Vigor is scary, but it's not terrifying.
It doesn't represent a ton of damage right away. This is the type of card that over time will gain him advantage.
On the scale of good to bad, it's okay. Well, I'm going to tap for 4 mana, and I'm gonna cast Zimone, Mystery Unraveler.
So many variables. This should be fun.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna play my land for turn. It's the Maestro's Theater that I got back to my hand earlier in the game.
Pretty good.
Oh, that's 2 landfall
That
triggers
is.
right there.
When that enters the battlefield, I'm going to manifest dread. The only thing I don't have control over right now is what's on top of my deck. So let's hope we manifest something truly dreadful for my opponents.
I'm dreading this.
Is that why it's called that?
Yeah, he's manifesting dread inside of Sir Jarvis.
So I'm going to put one of them onto the battlefield as a 2/2 creature, and then the other card is going to go into my graveyard. It's a forest. And then Maestro's Theater's ability will resolve. I will search my library for an island. That'll come into play tapped, and I'll gain 1 life, going to 39. When that land enters the battlefield, it's gonna trigger the landfall on Zimone again, and because this is the second time the ability has resolved this turn, I can turn the permanent I control face up. So let's see what was under that manifest.
What was under that manifest?
Territory color.
This is a really good card for Jimmy because he wants to know what's on top of his library so that he can manifest dread and get a really good creature face down. And this allows him to kind of take a look. It's just doing everything he wants to do.
And then I can't attack, so I'll pass turn to you, Ify.
All right, I'm gonna untap and then upkeep draw. And now it's Black Market Connections is gonna pop off, and I'm going.
We have a saying around here, Ify, before you decide what you're gonna do. And let me just, I'm just gonna cue you into the saying.
Okay.
Full send, full send, full send, full send.
I'm not gonna full send.
A glass half cent. Is that how you see the world, Ify?
So yeah, I'm going to make a treasure and I'll draw a card.
The Lord of Pain didn't full send?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And that'll cost me 3 life total, taking me down to 36.
The shapeshifter is often the piece of the puzzle that people skip. And the question I want you to think about is whether or not there's any point where he wishes he had a 3/2, even just to block. We'll see. I think often it doesn't end up mattering, but you never know.
Okay. Then I'm going to play Archfiend of Depravity.
I demand sacrifice.
Oof. Ugh. Ah.
Gross.
Yeah.
Kind of gross looking.
Yeah, it is.
Its effect is gross looking.
Wow, this is a throwback. I haven't seen this card in a long time.
What do you mean we can only have 2 creatures in play at once? It's broken, Josh.
This Archfiend really sucks. My commander wants to play value ETB creatures and then blink them, and this is really gonna limit just the amount of stuff I wanna have on board, because if we have to sacrifice down to 2 creatures at the end of every end step, it's not a good idea to put out more than 2 creatures, and I already have 3.
And that's gonna trigger my Vial Smasher, so that's 5 damage.
Randomly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No whammies.
Jimmy?
It's a whammy.
Yeah, that's 5 damage.
I'll go to 34.
With that, I don't see any fun options for attacking.
Oh, you want to have fun? Oh, this isn't fun enough for you, making us sacrifice our boards down?
Yeah, this is kind of wild, dog.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna pass turn.
We gotta get rid of that thing.
So I had a plan, and the Archfiend is just really cramping my style, and I don't have removal in my hand. On your end step, I'm gonna pay 2, and I am going to crack one of my shards. I will scry one.
It's a fish.
I don't like it. I'll put it on the bottom, and then I will draw a card. And then I will untap, and I will draw. I'm going to start by tapping 2. I will play an Arcane Signet.
Classic.
Can either of you remove that Archfiend?
Nope.
Nope.
We have kind of a discussion around the table. It doesn't sound like anybody else has removal in their hand. So I really don't have a choice here. I just have to try and find something to take care of the threat. Well, none of my cards in my hand do anything, so I think I will tap 3, and I will cast Windfall.
Oh.
All right, so this is not a guarantee, but we're all gonna get a new hand, and maybe in that hand, either me, Jarvis, Jimmy, one of us will find a way to kill that Archfiend, I hope. I'm gonna hold priority, and with Windfall on the stack, I will cast Ephemerate, targeting my commander. Niko will get blinked. I'll make 2 more shards.
Nice.
And then the Soul Herder becomes a 3/3.
Yeah.
All right, so any responses?
None for me.
Yeah, none for me.
So we all discard our hands and draw.
We're gonna discard our hands and draw 6, I believe, which is the
6,
highest
yeah, highest
number.
All right, I've got 3 cards to discard. I'm gonna draw 6. This seems like a good deal.
There's a couple things in my hand that I wish I still could keep, but that's fine.
I hate to tell you, Josh, I have drawn a dramatically worse hand.
Oh no, oh no.
Wait, that's good. I'm down for that. If what Jarvis says is true and his hand is bad, then we dodged a huge bullet because his deck is packed with powerful permanents.
I'm stuck with 3 forests and some tap enablers. This isn't great for me.
Well, I already did it. And my hand sucks too, so good luck everybody. This got worse, yeah.
I'm okay with my hand now. It seems like everyone else is not happy. Well, I lost a Tali, so
we all lost something. I tried to help us.
I know, and it made it so much worse. Yeah.
Jimmy, did yours get better at least?
No.
Ah, crap.
I lost some of the best cards in my deck.
I just discarded creatures to get no creatures and also no removal somehow. My prospects for this game and how it's going just went way down. Then I'll go to my end step. The Soul Herder will trigger, but first I have to sacrifice to the Archfiend of Depravity. I'm gonna sacrifice this Ornithopter of Paradise. And then the Soul Herder will blink Niko again and make 2 more shards. And now I have 7.
Wow, you could turn them all into crazy things.
That'd be really sweet. I could turn them all into a Soul Herder, I guess. And Soul Herder will get another counter and become a 4/4. All right, that'll end my turn.
I'm gonna hope that I draw something that is actionable. Let me untap, draw. Okay, so what's your board look like, Ify? You've got a 5/4, a 2/3?
Yeah.
So my plan is to put pressure on Ify, giving him incentive to block with the Archfiend so that it can go away.
You can double block, but I think trading Vigor for the Archfiend is probably fine.
I
right?
do think, yeah, Ify, I'm swinging at you with Kona and with Vigor. One nice thing that maybe you haven't calculated is you take very little damage if you block with the Archfiend on the train.
Yeah.
Maybe you haven't thought about that, but if you're...
Yeah. I know what Jarvis wants me to do, but there's so much action going on the board. I need to slow this game down. So I have to keep Archfiend for at least 1 more turn. I think I'm only gonna do this once. Next time you swing around, I might just have to give it to you, but this time I'm gonna take that 10.
Take 10.
Yeah.
All right.
Bring me down to 26.
Who's the Lord of Pain now? Just kidding, please get rid of the Archfiend. I'm still in pain.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Moving into my second main phase, Kona Rescue BC's ability is going to trigger. I'm gonna put Altanak the Thrice Called onto the battlefield.
Whoa.
Not bad.
I am gonna end my turn.
You gonna spend any of that mana?
Nope, I have so much mana. But I just have nowhere to spend all of these resources I have. No outlet. So at the beginning of my end step, I'm going to sacrifice down to 2 creatures. I'll choose to sacrifice Kona back to the command zone.
Rough.
And I'll pass my turn.
Okay, I will untap and I will choose to regular draw. All right, I'll kick things off by playing a Wooded Foothills. When I play that land, I'm gonna have 2 landfall triggers, so I'll resolve the territory color first. I'm gonna look at the top card of my library. I'm gonna put it into my graveyard. It's a Broken Bond, and I will manifest Dread. Okay, I will put this card on the battlefield as a manifest, and then I will put a Windswept Heath into my graveyard. I'm going to sacrifice my Wooded Foothills. I'll pay 1 life, go into 33, and I will search for a Hedge Maze, which is going to enter the battlefield tapped. And when it enters the battlefield, I again have a territory color trigger, landfall on my commander, and a surveil trigger from the land. That will resolve first.
Jimmy is really cooking here.
He's dumping lands left and right, manifesting.
I just have a ton of card selection. I'll keep that on top, and then territory colors landfall trigger will resolve. It's a Vesuvian Shapeshifter, so I'll put that into my hand. And then Zimone's ability is gonna resolve, and I'll be able to turn a manifest face up, and that card is going to be Thassa, Deep Dwelling. It's not a creature!
Blinky blink.
Very nice.
One of the nice things about Thassa is that it'll let me flicker my manifest without having to pay any morph cost, but I'm not even in that position right now. If anything, the best part about this is that it's just not a creature, so I won't have to sacrifice anything at my end step. Then, for my next trick, I'm gonna cast a new card, Threats Around Every Corner. When it enters the battlefield, I'm going to manifest Dread.
Oh.
And I'm gonna manifest this one and put Disorienting Choice into my graveyard. And then whenever a face-down permanent I control enters, I get to search my library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle.
So this is doing everything Jimmy wants to do. Anytime he plays a land, he makes a face-up creature, which then finds him another land to then trigger Zimone and flip up the creature. Pretty good.
I'm gonna have 2 more landfall triggers.
I'm trying to think this deck wants to play land.
The first is Territory Color. I'll look at the top card of my library. It is a creature, it's AC, so I'll put that in my hand. And then Zimone's second ability will resolve, and I will flip up this manifest. It's Ixidor, Reality Sculptor.
Whoa. It's interesting because this card sounds like it would be really, really good, but his creatures aren't staying face down. They're immediately flipping up from threats around every corner. He can blink them with Thassa. I don't think Ixidor's really doing anything, at least right now.
I'm gonna go to combat. Ify, I'm gonna swing at you with a 7/5 Territory Color.
Oh my gosh, y'all really are trying to force me to block with this guy. But I don't like your board state. So I'm gonna chump with Vile Smasher.
Yeah.
Vile Smasher is doing great things. It's about to be my turn, but I just took 10 damage. I can't take any more damage. I have to slow it down.
I'll move to my end step. I'll sacrifice the Territory Color to the Archfiend of Depravity. And then I have a Thassa trigger. However, I am not gonna exile any creature that doesn't do anything, so I'll just pass turn.
All right, untap, upkeep, draw. Black market connections will trigger.
Full send, full send, full send, full send.
I would have full send if people weren't attacking me.
No, don't. Last time when no one was attacking you, you did not full send.
So I'm gonna create a treasure token, draw a card. Taking 3 damage, taking me down to 23.
Whoa.
Getting spicy. I was really hoping to kind of beef up my board state a little more before I bring out my commander. But now all eyes are on me, so I might as well just get this damage party started. So first off foremost, let's finally bring up my commander, the Lord of Pain.
Life is a resource, and yours is running out!
Oh gosh.
I'm nervous. Now every time the first spell is cast, we're dealing that much damage to whoever Ify so chooses, minus the caster of that spell. This game is gonna be sped up.
Okay, I'm gonna sacrifice my 2 treasures for 2 red mana, and then tap the rest to bring out Chandra, Torch of Defiance.
Let's light it up.
Ooh!
And I will use her +1 ability. So I'm gonna exile the top card of my library. And it is a Temple of False God, which can't be cast, so you all will take 2 damage.
Okay, I will go down to 38.
I'll go down to 32.
I'll go to 31.
And this card has a lot of value because it gives me card advantage and does some damage. So we're really getting a lot out of this Chandra, and then I will pass turn.
All right, I will untap on my upkeep. The rebound trigger on my ephemerate will go off, and I will target Niko. And Niko will come back, and I'll make 2 more shards. Soul Herder will become a 5/5.
Ephemerate was your first spell you cast this turn, so that triggers the Lord of Pain.
Oh, right, you get to throw 1 damage at somebody.
Oh, yes.
Big whammy.
Think about it like this. I have a 9/9 trample on the board.
Yeah.
And a 6/6 trample on the board.
Is there any scenario where it's not going at him?
Yeah, go ahead and hit me with the damage.
Yeah.
Great question.
Yeah.
Great
Thank
question.
you. So Jarvis, I will send 1 damage at you.
I take the 1. And I go down to 31.
Okay, things are heating up. And now damage is gonna start getting thrown around. I don't like how this game has gone. Draw my card for the turn. What I need to do is just draw some cards that actually do something and then start making moves in the game. I guess I'll crack one of my shards. So I'll scry 1. I don't like it, I'll put it on the bottom. And then I will draw. I will crack another shard.
Whoa.
You can tell it's going really well.
I just know if he's willing to sacrifice something that could turn into a big scary threat, he must really not have it right now.
It'll just die if I could cast it, but it's a 1,000,000 mana. I'll put that on the bottom.
Ooh.
I'll draw. I guess I'll play this Liquid Metal Torque.
Oh God, Josh.
And then I'll go to my end step. My Soul Herder will trigger. I will blink Niko again, make 2 more shards. I've only drawn like one side of my deck, which is the side that blinks things. But I have to draw the other side, the stuff to blink. Otherwise, I'm not really doing anything. And as you can see, I've been doing nothing.
All right, well, Josh, at your instep,
Yep.
I'm going to crack Scene of the Crime to draw a card. All right, now moving to my turn, untap, upkeep, draw. Okay, I'm gonna tap Nykthos to give me 6 mana in my pool, which I'm going to use to bring back Kona Rescue Beastie. She's back.
And that's your first spell, so that triggers Lord of Pain. You have the most life. I'm going to send that right at you, Josh.
All right, I will take 4 and go to 34.
All right, I'm gonna activate Relic of Legends ability to tap Kona, and I'm going to tap Relic of Legends and tap an additional green to play Savala, Heart of the Wilds.
That's pretty good.
Savala, if she had come up earlier in the game, I could have been drawing cards. But at this point, I've already played a 9 power creature onto the board. It's unlikely that I'm gonna be dropping anything with a larger power.
How are you getting around Archfiend is what I want to know.
I know.
Jarvis, you swing it with vigor. I'm sacrificing Archfiend to block it.
Ooh. I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
What I want to do is attack Ify with Vigor and Altenac, because that's 15 damage of trample. But Ify offers me a deal. If you're really about it, then I will not attack with my 9/9.
Yeah, I said it last turn and I meant it. If like, swing it around, you swing that, I'm gonna give him up for you.
I think Ify's making a really solid deal here because he knows how much hate is being directed at him. I think it makes a lot of sense.
All right, let's move to combat. I'm going to swing at you, Ify, with Vigor.
Yep, I'm gonna block with both Archfiend of Depravity and the Lord of Pain.
Oh! Sorry, I'm late. I had to re-sleeve. Oh, your decks are looking cool.
Oh yeah, I've been loving this new Mana 8 line from Ultra Pro. These Apex sleeves are literally the best shuffle feel I've ever had. And it keeps my cards safe while repping my favorite color, red.
I'll do you one better. I'm showing my devotion to my favorite color, white, with the Alcove Edge deck box.
Ooh.
It's got the symbol on the front and also a cool stylized interior pattern.
Nice. But I think I got you both beat. I've got the Apex sleeves, the Alcove deck box, the padded binder, and this sleek stitch playmat, all in my favorite color.
Josh, that's green.
You play blue?
But with this setup, they won't know that ahead of time. They'll see this big, bold tree and they'll think Josh has turned over a new leaf.
Yeah, you're not fooling anyone.
People will know. Everybody knows you play blue.
No, they don't.
Hey Murph. Yeah. What color is Josh playing?
Blue.
See?
Yeah, but he didn't even see all my stuff.
Keep your cards safe and stylish with the Mana 8 accessory line from Ultra Pro.
Choose from 6 stunning designs that let you show off or disguise your favorite colors in Magic, all while keeping your collection secure and protected. Go to ultrapro.com/command to get your hands on their premium Apex sleeves, along with deck boxes, playmats, binders, and more.
Support the show and rep your colors with Mana 8 at ultrapro.com/command.
Dark Lord of Insects, I call you! Altenac! 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 Sorry, dude, you've got to stop calling me. You know how expensive my freaking phone plan is? Master, you should really switch to Mint Mobile. Right now, all of their 3-month plans are only $15 a month, including the unlimited plan. No, that sounds hard. No, Master, it's easy. You can even keep your old number, your phone, and all your contacts. Why, it's easier than getting 3 copies of a card into the graveyard to cheat on your mana cost. Well, you can just pay my full cost. No, I'd rather pay only $15 for high-speed data on the nation's largest 5G network. Mint Mobile, Mint Mobile, Mint Mobile!
To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/command. That's mintmobile.com/command. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/command. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower, above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
All right, my new deck list is complete. Now, let's see which cards I don't already own and buy them.
Wait, how'd you do that without going through a million boxes?
Oh, I just use ARCHIDEKT. They make it super easy to upload and manage your collection. Then, when you're done brewing a deck, you can sort it by collection status to see what you already have.
So this group is just cards you don't own?
Yep, I just click buy this stack, and it takes me right to Card Kingdom.
Whoa.
ARCHIDEKT is the best place to browse, brew, and playtest commander decks. Just go to archidekt.com/command zone to get started.
That's ARCHIDEKT.com/command zone.
Okay. I'm gonna block with both Archfiend of Depravity and the Lord of Pain.
Oh!
You can choose which one that you want to get rid of.
Wait a minute. I thought I was negotiating to get rid of the Archfiend for free, but then he blocks with both the Lord of Pain and the Archfiend. I didn't know you were gonna double block because I would have attacked probably with this 9/9.
Oh, you thought I was going to?
Because he doesn't want to lose his vigor.
Yeah.
I misunderstood because I should have just attacked.
Was his wording purposely vague?
Yeah, maybe it was purposely vague.
Not at all. It was pretty clear.
Listen, if he's got good lawyers, he followed through on what the deal was. He does block with Archfiend. He just also blocks with another creature.
Sure, I did not say exactly, if you attack me with Vigor, I will double block it. But before that, when he said I'm a swing with Vigor, Josh said,
I can double block, but I think trading Vigor for the Archfiend is probably fine.
I do think, yeah.
That's the play that I said, I'll give it to you next turn. So I almost am confused by the confusion. That is a clear, fair trade, in my opinion.
I would have been like, oh, you tricked me.
I did not.
I don't want to believe that Ify was intentionally being vague or misconstruing things in order to get one over on me, but I'm not writing that possibility off.
I think Jarvis is feeling like he's getting kind of backed into a wall. It's time to yap it up.
So like, remember when I was attacking with Vigor? And we were like, oh, we'll trade the Archfiend for Vigor?
Yeah.
When blockers were declared, I felt blindsided. I felt betrayed. It was like a bombshell had just dropped.
I didn't know I was making you feel that way, but that does make me feel a little unheard. The previous turn I was like, I will give you that double block you were looking for.
Well, so first of all, I hear you, and I didn't hear you in the moment. So that would explain why you felt unheard, because that's not what I heard.
Yeah, okay.
However, in retrospect, I made some real mistakes.
I did too. Mistakes were made, kind of like across the board. All I can do is be better tomorrow.
Exactly, and I just want to thank you for meeting with me here today. And could we hug it out?
Yeah, we can hug it out.
Thank you, thanks, buddy.
Yes, of course.
Run the tape. Did he lie?
You swinging with Vigor, I'm sacrificing Archfiend to block it.
I'm gonna kill the Archfiend. So when Vigor dies, he gets shuffled back into the deck. At least I got the Archfiend off the board. It's for the good of everyone. I think, I guess, I hope. This is my cope. Kona is going to trigger.
What big scary thing's coming out?
The big scary thing.
Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out!
Kodama of the East Tree.
Oh, okay. This card is really cool because it lets you get multiple big things out per turn, but it looks like if that's the best in his hand, it's actually not that impressive.
But I'll certainly take it, and it does reach. So that's something. I'm gonna pass turn.
All right. Now that the Archfiend is gone, my deck is unlocked because I no longer have to play around that 2-creature restriction. So it's the perfect chance for me to surge ahead. I'll kick things off by tapping for 2 mana, and I'm gonna cast a Scroll Rack.
Ooh, that's really good. Now you get to put what you want there.
Yeah.
I can't really think of a more synergistic card he could have, honestly. Scroll Rack can put whatever he wants on top of his deck and then manifest that and then flip it up for free. He is just gonna be straight up cheating the best thing in his hand into play if he wants to.
And then...
Actually, before you do anything else, Lord of Pain triggers, how much did that?
Just 2, unfortunately.
Okay, y'all really don't want Lord of Pain to do anything. I'm gonna send 2 right at you.
It's more like Lord of Mild Annoyance.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I'll take 2, go to 32.
Okay, I'm gonna start by activate my scroll rack, and I will exile 1 card from my hand, and I will draw 1 card, and then I get to put that 1 card on top of my library.
This is scary. I wonder what's the best thing in his hand was.
I know.
I'll play my land for the turn, so I will first manifest Dread. I will put this card face down as a manifest, and then I will put a Growth Spiral into my graveyard. And then threats around every corner will trigger. I will find this forest. It'll enter the battlefield tapped, and then that's gonna trigger Zimone again, so I'll get to flip over my manifest, and it's AC, Tyrant of Gyre Strait.
Oh, yikes.
So now I can play an additional land on each of my turns.
Wow, and you draw a card with landfall. In the early turns, we were seeing him get double landfall triggers off of fetch lands, but now he can just play 2 lands a turn. He could crack 2 fetch lands a turn if he wanted.
This engine that he's got going is just getting better and better.
I'm going to morph this card from my hand.
Oh, we're doing it now.
We're doing it now. That's gonna trigger threats around every corner again.
That threats around every corner is ridiculous.
I'm gonna find this forest. When that land enters, both my AC and Zimone will trigger, so I will draw a card. I'm gonna flip up my Vesuvian Shapeshifter, and I'm gonna have it become a copy of the Lord of Pain.
Oh boy, so now there's 2 Lord of Pains, which means whenever anyone casts their first spell, that much damage will get thrown around twice at anybody but them.
Jimmy's playing a Simic deck, but his brain just goes, but I wish I was doing the burn.
Yeah, this kind of changes the agency because now that there is another Lord of Pain on the battlefield, anything I send his way, he can send right back at me.
I can use it as a deterrent against Ify, or potentially even team up with him. Then we can just point it at these other 2 players all day long. And then I'll play my second land for turn thanks to AC. It's a forest. I'll draw a card now, and then I'm gonna pass the turn, and I'm gonna choose to, again, not flicker with Thassa.
Jimmy had a huge turn. He's just got tons of lands and tons of access to cards.
This is exactly how I like to build and play decks. I hope that we're gonna be able to slow it down at some point though, because it will run us over.
Now it's time to draw a card. And now it's Black Market Connections, and I'm choosing to draw a card and lose 2 life.
That's it? We call that week's end.
All right, and I'm going to +1 Chandra. So I'm gonna exile the top card of my library, and I may cast that. So it's Sin Prodder. Sin Prodder functions really well with everything I'm trying to do. I can't let this little demon get exiled. I think I'm gonna get that fella out here. So I will cast it, and that is my first spell, so it will trigger not only my Lord of Pain, but your Lord of Pain.
Yeah, pain!
But for me, I will send 3 damage at you, Josh.
Okay, I go to 29.
I guess to split it up, I'll send it at you, Jarvis.
Okay. I'll take 3. I'll go down to 28.
It's like I was gonna make an argument of some kind. No, never mind. I'll just
no, that's fine.
Yeah.
There's not much I can do beyond that, so I will go ahead and pass turn.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. Yeah. I have cards in hand, high mana cards that I can play. However, I'm trying to wait just a little bit longer so I don't raise the threat meter on myself.
On your end step, I will crack one of my shards, going down to 8 of them.
Okay.
Oh, you're running out.
Yeah. I'll scry. I'll keep it on top and I will draw it.
Well, I scried to the top, which probably tells you I found something, and I am going to be able to do something cool this turn finally.
All right, try and do something. I will tap for 7.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
And I will cast Angel of Ruins.
Nice. Oh, this is bad news for me. Now all of his shards can turn into 5/7 flyers.
And I have 8 of them.
I've got 40 damage to throw around.
Oh my God.
Josh has been hoping to get himself a target for his commander, and I fear he's found it.
So 2 Lord of Pain triggers on my 7 mana value spell.
Yeesh.
These 7 damage can't come at me, so.
I'm gonna just send another 7 at you, Jarvis.
I'm gonna have to send 7 at you, Jimmy.
Okay. Well, where are you going with those Angel of Ruins, Josh?
We'll see.
I don't know what Josh is planning to do with these angels, but I hope I survive it.
If he's looking around the table and evaluating who's the most threatening, it's clearly me. So I feel like the only way I can survive is to threaten Josh back.
I'm scared.
Pretty sure no one's killing me this turn.
Well, I mean, couldn't this guy?
Well, I have I can stop Josh, I believe.
Okay.
Ooh, you'd have to have like removal.
Removal, yeah.
From my commander. Can you kill that?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Dang.
I don't like it.
How about this? I'm a reasonable person, Josh. I'll let you go through with this if you promise not to take me out this turn.
It's an interesting turn of events. There's a tough choice here. Do I make the deal to guarantee myself damage, or I can do nothing, let my commander die, and sit there for the rest of the time? I think I want to be democratic about this.
Well, I guess in that case, I'm gonna spread the love. I'm not gonna knock anybody out of this game yet.
Okay.
I was hoping that Josh would just kill Jimmy.
At least no one will die now.
So Angel of Ruin enters. I will target the Relic of Legends and the threats around every corner.
A threat was around this corner.
I identified it.
It was an angel.
All right, and then I'm going to pay 2, and I'm going to activate Niko, Light of Hope, and I'm going to target the Angel of Ruins. So it's going to get exiled, and all of my shard tokens will become Angels of Ruin.
Whoa.
That's a lot of 5/7s.
The Soul Herder will get a 6th counter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send 3 flyers at Jarvis, 3 at Jimmy, and 2 at Ify.
I suppose I could have tried to have Josh not attack me at all here, but as long as damage is being thrown around and I'm not dying, I'm not complaining.
All right, I will declare Konama the East Tree blocking one of the 5/7s.
I will just declare no blocks.
I will be declaring no blocks as well.
Okay. The Kodama and one of the angels bounce off each other.
And I take 10. I go to 11.
I'll take 15 and not die. Go to 9.
Yes, and I'll take 10 and go to 11 as well.
Josh could have killed one of us, decides to kill none of us, and instead brings us down to like 9/11 life.
We have so little life. Honestly, I don't know if I make it to my turn, but either way, I think we're in the end game.
Then I'll go to my end step. I have 2 triggers. The Soul Herder will blink my Niko once again. I'll get 2 more shards. Soul Herder becomes an 8/8.
It's huge.
Can almost block that 9/9. And then the Angel of Ruin will return.
Oy, oy, oy.
And when it enters, I will target the Scroll Rack and the Cryptolithrite.
Oof. All right, goodbye Scroll Rack. It gets exiled.
By right.
I might live. It's possible.
You have blockers.
I think I have the same fighting chance that we all have.
There you go.
Jarvis,
Yes, Josh.
good luck.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, so I had a really big splashy turn, and I think this is a really interesting point in the game where like anybody still has a chance. I'm at 29, but I have some blockers and stuff up, so the game's afoot.
You should play something with 15 mana.
29 if you can do it.
I mean, like, we have 2 Lord of the Pains over
2
here.
Lord of Pains. I don't have a foolproof plan to get rid of Josh, but I do know that there's 2 Lord of Pains out, and I have a 7-drop in my hand. So I think what we have to do is some Lord of Pain shenanigans.
Yes.
Yes.
The thing would be like, hey, cut me some slack if I play this guy down is the thing.
I see.
yeah,
Are you
one-time
asking for a
truce.
turn to not die?
I'm asking for a turn to not die.
All right, you got it.
Okay, interesting.
Would you be? Jimmy doesn't seem too on board with it.
I'm down to see what happens, but I'm also the only one that has purportedly an answer to Josh's board. Now, this is a interesting deal, to put it lightly. Interesting because it doesn't really make much sense for me to agree to it. It feels like Jarvis is just sort of stretching and reaching here for something.
It doesn't feel like a tall ask. I'm at 11. Ify, do I have your agreement?
Yeah, let's do it.
The next best option is to just take the deal with Ify. I'm going to just go ahead and activate Selvalla's ability. Just gonna add 9 to my mana pool because I have a 9/9, and I'm going to use that 9 mana to cast Nyxbloom Ancient.
Oh! Well, I'm down to throw 7 at Josh, so I'm gonna choose
7.
Josh.
Yeah.
We in it?
Yeah,
We
let's
in
do it.
Pain time.
Yeah.
Pain time.
Pain bros.
Yeah, pain bros.
Pain bros.
Okay, yep, and I'm the pain recipient.
I'll take 14 and go to 15.
Hey, we're all in our teens. Well, not me.
I wish I was in my teens again.
It's not every day that a Nyx Bloom Ancient causes 14 burn damage to an opponent. I do get a Kodama trigger that I don't even feel like I need to use.
Here's something I think that'll make it more fun and interesting.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and play my first spell on your turn.
Yeah.
And play Foul Renewal.
2 more Lord of the Pain triggers.
Yep.
I'll choose Josh again.
Yeah. I am also gonna go ahead and send another 4 right at you, Josh.
Ooh.
Okay, I will take 8 and I will go to 7. I did a big scary thing, I get it. You know, they're trying to kill me. But I think if they don't worry about Jimmy enough, they're gonna be in trouble.
So, Foul Renewal allows me to return my Atali Primal Storm in my graveyard back to my hand. And because it has 6 toughness, I will target your Lord of Pain, Jimmy, to get -6, -6. I need to take that Lord of Pain out of play because when there's mine on the board, I control how the damage is dealt. 2 Lord of the Pains just takes agency out of where damage goes. So I need it gone.
Okay, before your Foul Renewal resolves and kills my Lord of the Pain, I want a little bit more pain.
Oh,
so I'm gonna
baby.
tap 3 mana of my own and I'm gonna cast Harrow. That's gonna be 2 more Lord of the Pain triggers for the image.
Oh boy.
So Ify, I'm gonna throw my 3 at you.
And I can't do it at you. So unfortunately, I'm sorry, Josh. I'm gonna throw it at you.
Yep. you made a deal with Jarvis, so I will go down to 4.
And I'll go down to 8.
All right, well, I'm gonna resolve Harrow now. I'm gonna sacrifice this forest. I'll search my library for 2 basics.
I'm just gonna point out to the viewers that we are still on my turn. in my main phase, pre-combat.
Okay, so 2 basics are gonna enter the battlefield. I get 2 AC triggers off those 2 lands. I would draw 2 cards. Oh, okay.
They were not good?
They were not good, yeah. And then I'm gonna manifest Dread. Okay, I will put that there. I'll put Realms Uncharted in my graveyard, and then Zimone is going to flip over an Ancient Silver Dragon, an 8/8 flyer.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
So there's a dragon on the board. It's flying. I can't block it even if I wanted to. Oh, and not to mention, I have 8 life. This is very bad.
Oh, you all thought that Josh was the threat because he did so much damage, and Josh left me alive. What a mistake! I was the monster all along. Ah, it was me. The call was coming from inside the house.
And my Vesuvian Shapeshifter finally died to the Foul Renewal. And now it's back to you, Jarvis.
All right, so where we last left our heroes, we were resolving Kodama of the East Tree's trigger. The thing is, my hand is not good. So
you don't have any permanents?
I have some permanents, but watch this. I'll choose the Springleaf Drum.
Oh,
Yay.
boy.
That's a tap enabler.
It's a tap enabler.
Thank God.
Yeah, but
now you'll be
I
able
also
to cheat out something else with your commander of your awesome cards in your hand.
something else like Ceruli Caretaker. Something else like 3 visits. Searching my library for a forest card.
Is that your last card?
That is the last card in my hand. I needed everyone to see the kind of heat I was packing in this hand of mine, and I did so by playing out the entirety of it. I got nothing left. Jimmy, I don't have any great options, but one thing I think I can do is swing at you with this 9/9 Altenac the Thrice Called.
Okay, I will double block with my Thassa and my Ixidor Reality Sculptor.
All right, Ixidor will die and my Altenac will die. Maybe that was a terrible attack, but
I feel like it doesn't matter either way.
Yeah.
And I'll take no damage.
Pass turn.
Okay. Didn't expect to get here. As I go into my turn, the thing that lies between me and victory are blockers. Everyone's got at least a couple of creatures on their board state that can stop any aggression coming in. So if I can get those blockers out of the way, then I think I can clear my way to victory. I'm going to tap for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to cast Zimone's Hypothesis.
Uh-oh.
So I can put a 1/1 counter on the creature, and then I choose odd or even, return each creature with power of the chosen quality to its owner's hand.
Oof.
Wow, okay, this is a powerful card because now Jimmy can kind of control which things he wants to bounce.
It just so happens that my opponents have a lot of odd-powered creatures, and I have even-powered ones.
So that triggers the Lord of Pain.
I might just die.
Yeah.
After everything we've just witnessed, it's become clear that the real threat is Jimmy. Taking Josh out the game at this point is one less body that Jimmy has to put past power towards to do lethal. If we take Josh out, we're the next viable targets, but if Josh is still around, Josh has to be dealt with.
I do agree with that assessment. I don't want to take this damage. I don't want to go down to 6, but if we can divert some of Jimmy's resources, I'll take it. You know what? I'll take it to see what happens.
Yeah, so I'm gonna send the 5 damage to you, Jarvis, for reasons that were just discussed.
I will take the 5 and go down to 6.
Okay, what are you doing with the actual spell, Jimmy?
I will put a 1/1 counter on my AC, and I will return each odd-powered creature to its owner's hand.
Odd power. Okay, that only hits one of my guys. My Reacher's not affected. I'm thinking I'm pretty safe, you know?
Things are getting real sticky.
And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 8 mana total. So with Thassa's last ability, I will tap all 8 to tap down your Kodama, the East Tree Jarvis, and Josh's Soul Herder.
Oh.
I did not think about the Thassa activated ability. Getting rid of a couple of blockers is a big deal.
I'm looking down at my Kodama. He's sideways, so it does not help to protect me from the flying dragon.
Yeah, you can just swing now. It's over.
I've got no interaction. I've got nothing I can do about this.
The math, it's just that easy.
That's it.
Good game.
And then I will go to combat, and Josh, you're gonna get AC. Ify, you'll get Thassa and Zimone. And Ancient Silver Dragon at you, Jarvis.
I'm allergic to Ancient Silver Dragons, actually. I didn't didn't tell people that beforehand.
Triple KO.
Yeah!
Good game.
And with a triple knockout, I win the game. Knights.
This was a really fun game. It was cool to see everybody's decks pop off and do their thing.
It was really fun to make a very clear, succinct deal and agreement with Jarvis.
Everybody was a pretty good sport, true to their word. Maybe, Ify, I'm looking at you.
At the end of the day, it's just hanging with friends, watching cool stuff in the game happen, and that's really what you want out of a game of Commander.
I'm really excited for Duskmourn because it plays right into that nostalgic vibe of all those horror movies that we watched growing up.
I mean, I think every filmmaker has a special place in their heart for horror movies because we can all remember those movies that really made us feel scared.
I'm one of the biggest scaredy cats, but I do love horror movies, and Duskmourn adds just a new element of flavor to Magic the Gathering.
I'm just like so stoked to play with the full set.
All right, well, congratulations, Jimmy.
Value, green, blue, always gets me there.
Yeah, you know, maybe it was Simic more than it
Who
was
would
Jimmy.
have thought
I don't
it?
know. Yeah,
That was a great game, though.
Yeah,
I
it was.
loved playing. Those guys are so funny.
I love those two guys. And the deal, the whole thing where they made the deal, and then Jarvis Ify found a loophole in the deal to like double block. Oh, I love me a good loophole.
You give a good
yeah,
I was
love
just
good
like,
lawyers.
oh man, Ify's coming in well with just one, but 2 blockers.
I like Jarvis was like, oh, that's fine.
Oh, darn. That's how it goes. Thank you for watching the episode. As always, if you want to pick up any of the amazing cards, maybe you want Allure of the Pain to visit your gameplay group the next time around.
Or two. Allure of Pains is nuts, yeah.
Head on over to cardkingdom.com/command. You can find all of the Duskmourn product there, whether you're buying sealed product or singles to beef up your deck and make it spookier than ever. They've also got all the cards from Modern Horizons 3, Duskmourn, and all the other sets this year in a huge inventory with a huge warehouse. That way, when you order your cards, they all come to you in one single package, and you're ready to sleeve it up, get ready to play, and bring that deck to your opponents, and let them know just how scary and painful you truly can be.
Yeah, you can't beat that convenience. And of course, once you get your hands on those new cards, you want to protect them. You want them looking awesome on your battlefield. ultrapro.com/command is the best place to go to get your game accessories. They have the licensing agreement with Wizards, so they have the cool art from Duskmourn. If you want your playmat to look scary, your deck box, your sleeves, they've got all of that. Plus, they have all kinds of other products like the Apex sleeves, which we love the Shuffle Fear of. That was just a Duskmourn, yeah.
The Shuffle Fear. You're afraid it's not going to shuffle well.
Fear.
That's why you get Apex sleeves.
Yeah, exactly. If that is my Shuffle Fear, if I don't have Apex sleeves.
Yeah,
exactly.
And they come out with a new Apex sleeve set with every single set, so there are Duskmourn themed Apex sleeves that you can get as well.
Yeah, this is exactly how the sponsorship message is supposed to go. But again, ultrapro.com/command is the best place to go to get your game accessories. And also, Ultrapro's awesome because they give us a bunch of stuff to give away to you every Game Nights episode.
Yeah, the playmats you saw on the show today, as well as a bunch of extras cool stuff. You could win it, and there are 3 ways to enter. So the first is go on Twitter or X, and use the hashtag Game Nights, as well as link to this episode, and just make a single tweet about that. or you can head on over to Facebook, to our page, find the link that shares this episode, and in the comments tag a friend or two that you would bring into a spooky haunted house with you that also want to check out the episode. And finally, on Instagram, it's very, very simple. Just use the hashtag Game Nights and make any single post about anything. It doesn't even have to be Game Nights related, but you know, probably better if it is. So that's it, 3 different ways to enter, and of course you only have 1 week from the release date of this episode to get that in, otherwise your entry will not be counted.
Yeah, once we've announced the winners, you cannot enter to win anymore. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, before we go, if you like scary Magic games, if you liked this game, if you like Duskmourn, well, we've got another scary event, another scary Magic game coming up very soon. October 25th to the 27th in Las Vegas, there is a MagicCon. Jimmy, myself, Rachel, some other fun and friendly guests are going to be there. We're gonna be playing Game Nights live on that Friday, October 25th at 4 p.m. So if you can make it, we highly suggest it.
Yeah, the special guest we have for Game Nights Live is incredible, but also MagicCon Vegas is just the biggest MagicCon where most of the creators do show up. So if you wanted a chance to meet any of your favorite creators, get them to sign something, take a picture with them, maybe even get a game in with them, MagicCon Vegas is, I'd say, the best opportunity all year long. So you don't want to miss out. Tickets are still on sale. We're gonna put those links, of course, in the show notes below.
Yeah, hope to see you there.
All right, everyone, goodbye and stay spooky.
Thanks for watching.
See ya.
Do we walk to kindergarten?